Greetings from K.S.Rangasamy College of Technology. I am C. Ramesh, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, K.S.Rangasamy College of Technology. Today I am going to handle the subject is Operation Research in the topic of Introduction of Operation Research. In this operation research is defined as scientific approach to problem solving for executive management, and also it's defined as a scientific knowledge through interdisciplinary team effort for the purpose of determining the best utilization of limited resources. In this operation research is mainly depends upon the management studies and research techniques. So this operation research also follows the identifying the decision problem and setting the model scope, constructing the mathematical model, and finally derive the mathematical model into final solution. Then the solution is applied to the application and finally implement the real system. That is called as the steps of operation research. Then the phase of operation research. These are the 5 phases to follow or finding the solution of operation research subject. First one is definition of the problem. We have to identify the definition of the problem. For example, we have a problem, a real-time problem. That problem, we have to find the solution. So we develop or design the problem. So that is called as definition of the problem. Then constructing the model. So depends upon the problem, the model has been varied. So we can create the mathematical model for the problem, then deriving a solution from the model. So finally we create the model, then mathematical model. That model can use it to solve the final solution. So choosing the method to finding the solution, then testing the model, and the solution is derived from it. So the model, we can create the model, but the model is right or wrong, we don't know. So first of all, we have to test the model and finally derive the solution from that model. Then establishing the control over the solution, finally the implementation. So we have the solution, but the solution is change the or identify the solution of the depends on the problem. So we have to implement the solution and finally the cycle has been closed one. Then application of operations research. There are a number of applications and these are the main areas to use the operation research. First one is industrial management, second one is military applications, third one is agriculture, fourth one is public utilities like transportation, hospitals, colleges. These are the under the topic of queuing theory. Then research and development. These are the main areas as used as application of operation research. Then these are the business activities like the applications of operation research. First one is allocation and distribution, production and facility planning, marketing management, financial management, personal management, inventory control, network problems, finally the simulation techniques. Then the objectives of operation research. There are many objectives, depends upon the module of the operation research. First one is to utilize the resources in the best way, then to find out the optimum solution for the problem. The operation research have another one name is optimization techniques. So first of all, we are using this operation research for the problem. We have to find the optimum solution for the problem. Then productivity improvement, profit maximization in business. These are the main objectives of operation research. Then the operation research has a number of topics. First one is linear programming, assignment model, transportation problem, inventory control, queuing theory, decision theory, network techniques like project evaluation review technique and critical path method. Then finally simulation. So in the linear programming problem, have a 5 type of methods to find the solution in the linear programming problems. First one is graphical method, then simplex method, third one is become method, fourth one is dual simplex method, fifth one is two-phase method. These methods are vary for the linear programming model. If the model have some limitations, then only you use these methods. If the model have x and y variables, we are only using the graphical method. If model have a x, y, z and 3 above 2 variables, using the simplex method. So depends upon some constraints, the method can be vary. Then simplex method, the geometric method of solving linear programming problems. The graphical method is only for problem union 2 decision variables and relatively problem constraints. So if the problem has 2 variables, that problem is you can use to solve the graphical method. If above 3 decision variables, we only used a simplex method to solve the problem. Then model. What is the model? Model is the exact representation of real situation, in the sense that no approximations are used. Then a mathematical model consists of set of equations which describe the system or problem. This equation is represented as the effectiveness function, first one is objective function and constraints. So what are the problems or models have a objective function and constraints? These problems are called as linear programming problems. Then symbolic or mathematical model. This model employs a set of mathematical symbols, letters and numbers to represent the decision variables of the system. Then solution from the model is obtained by applying well developed mathematical techniques. That is example of linear programming model. Then how the linear programming plays a role in OR. LP is the mathematical programming technique to optimize performance, profit or cost under the set of resource constraints. So in the linear programming problems, for example, machine hours, man hours, money, material, these are specified by a organization. In this organization, we convert these type of constraints into the linear programming model. Then finally, applying the linear programming model techniques like simplex method or graphical method to find the solution for the industry. Then this is the general format of the linear programming problem. Every linear programming problem has two components. One is objective function, another one is constraint. So the objective function should be a maximize or minimize. It depends upon the problem. Then they must have the constraints. Then basic components of a linear programming model. There are 3 basic components in the linear programming model. First one is decision variable that have to be determined. Then objective, that is aimed to optimized. Then third one is constraint, have to be satisfied. So these are the main topics or basic components of linear programming model. First one should be determined, second one should be optimized, and third one should be satisfied. Then limitations. So already I said, if the number of variables in any linear programming problem is only 2, so that method is called as graphical method. If there are more than or 2 variables, that method cannot be used for that model. We used only simplex model method for that model. Then transportation problem. So first one is linear programming problem, second one is transportation problem. In this transportation problem deals with the transportation of the product from a number of sources with limited suppliers to number of destinations with specified demands at the total transportation cost. These are the main limitations of the transportation problem. The main objective of the transportation problem is schedule the shipment from sources to destinations in such a way to minimize the total transportation cost. So main objective of the transportation problem is to minimize the transportation cost. Then assignment problem. It is a special type of linear programming problem. It deals with allocating various resources or items to be various activities in one-to-one basis in such a way the time or cost involved in minimized and the sale or profit maximized. So in the assignment problem, we have two methods to solve the problem. The first method is Hungarian method. This method is overall used for to solve the assignment problem. Then implementation. How to implement the operation research in the industry. The implementation of the any decision is dedicated task. It must be taken account to complexities of human relations and behavior. Sometimes resistance of offer due to psychological factors which may not have the bearing of the problem as well. It's so finally these are mathematical model implement into the exist one or the real life problems. We get the decision or execution or finally get the result from the problems. So thanks for watching this video. Keep learning and growing. Support from K.S.Rangasamy College of Technology, Tiruchengodu. Thank you.